It started with a knock on the door of Samantha's quaint cottage in the sleepy town of Willowdale. She had been curled up on the couch, lost in the pages of her book, when the first rap on the door interrupted her peaceful evening. Samantha hesitated at first, wondering who could be calling at this late hour. But as the knocks continued, she made her way to the door and peered through the peephole. A man she didn't recognize stood on her doorstep, his wide smile sending shivers down her spine. The stranger introduced himself as Jeremy, a lost traveler in need of direction. Samantha tried to be friendly, offering him directions to the nearest town, but before she could finish, Jeremy grabbed her wrist and pulled her out of the house. Samantha found herself in a dark and damp cellar, bound and gagged with no idea of where she was or what was going to happen to her. She could hear the sound of footsteps echoing through the halls, and she knew it was only a matter of time before Jeremy came back for her. Days turned into weeks, and Samantha was subjected to unspeakable horrors in the underground lair. Jeremy reveled in her fear, torturing her in ways she never thought possible. He would come and go, sometimes disappearing for hours, other times taunting her with his presence, promising her that she would never leave. But Samantha was a survivor. She refused to give up, even as she watched other victims come and go, their screams echoing through the damp walls. She plotted her escape, biding her time until she saw her chance. Finally, one night, Jeremy made a mistake. He left the door to her cell unlocked, and with all the strength she could muster, she broke free, running for her life through the maze-like corridors of the underground lair. But the horrors didn't end there. As she stumbled through the darkness, she realized that Jeremy wasn't the only one in the lair. There were others, ones that were even more twisted and horrific than he was. Samantha fought for her life, dodging traps and avoiding the other victims still trapped in the lair. She was determined to make it out alive, to never give up hope. But as the sun began to rise and she finally found the exit, she knew that she would never truly escape the horrors that she had experienced. For even now, years later, she still hears the sound of dripping water and the scraping of metal against concrete in her nightmares. The horrors of that underground lair haunt her every waking moment, a constant reminder of the evil that exists in this world.